Hi everybody, it's time for a shave, but it's 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern time in Northern Quebec. We're at the Ready Lake campsite as we work on the Blue Lake exploration. It's day 4 of camp, and I thought I'd give you a little tour. I'm back from the day's work, had dinner, had some phone calls talking to shareholders, and dusk is a good time to walk through the camp. So let's do that. So to start our walkthrough, there's the helipad and the helicopter. We call it the Copper Chopper. You can tell by the color. We didn't pick that color. It was assigned to us by the helicopter contractor, so we are taking it as a sign of positive, good outcomes to arrive. And I'll zoom back out. And here, as you've seen in some of our videos and photos, is the line of buildings for the camp. And of course, this is aptly called Broadway because it's the walkway that connects all the camps. There's a couple of our geos standing there. So we'll just walk past them as we go down Broadway. Alright, so here's one of the camp spots. It's usually 4 people to a building. And what we've got here is some of the day's take from the field. And the geos are talking about the rock and bagging the rock and getting them ready to be sent off for samples. There's 3 guys in this cabin, including myself. There's 4 in here. I think the current camp complement is 12. It'll go up and down. I think it probably peaks around 16 when the gravity team come and the LiDAR radar team come. So that tells you how large the rooms are. And they're one room for a group of people. This is our washroom, shower, laundry facility. Down there is the generator, and it's right next to the kitchen building. So we've got a camp cook. So that's where we eat. Water station, everybody always needs water. It gets hot here throughout the day. And then the last is where the geo team has its office. And as we continue down, we reach the end of Broadway, and now we're looking at the sunset. Gorgeous sunset here in Northern Quebec. And we are on the shores of Lake Retty, R-E-T-T-Y. There's an island across from us. And as we look down, there's also another building for vehicles, boathouse, that kind of thing. There is a dock out there. Somebody's fishing, sitting and fishing on the dock at the moment, but it's for float planes to deliver. And there are some of the camp guys working on cleanup, preparation, all the other things we need. There's a staircase that gets us down from Broadway to the lake. There's a fire hose in case we're going to need it if anything ever goes wrong. That's how we keep ourselves safe. And now we're back at Broadway. So thanks very much, everybody. Hope to talk to you soon. Okay, hi everybody. I'm still here in camp. I just finished a video walking you down Broadway, which is the name for the main road of the camp. And I'm standing in front of a collection of rocks that happen to be here on the landscape in camp. And I'm going to use this collection of rocks to demonstrate what all of our teams are doing all day today, yesterday, tomorrow, and for the foreseeable future as we examine the surface of the claims package that we have. So in front of me you'll see gray boulders, and there's a lot of gray boulders, but right in here there are some rust-colored rocks, and rust-colored, of course, tells us that there are minerals in it, which the gray don't have minerals. So what do we do when we find something rust-colored? We want to know if it's from the layer of rock called sill, the type of sill that has the copper and the nickel that we already know is in the region. So how do you find out? So here's a rust-colored rock. I'm going to smash it open on this rock. A geologist in the field would do it with a hammer. I'll do it here. So I smash it open and I can see it's blue colored on the inside, and that's a sulfide rock. And if you had, you won't see it on camera here because it's at a distance, but if you had the ability to look closely, you'd be able to see whether or not some of the other minerals, the copper, the nickel, are visible here. But in either case, a geologist would put this in a bag, would note the time and location using the GPS that we have that ties everything down very tightly to location. And then we send this off to a chemical assay lab. They'll break it down and report back to us with a spreadsheet about which chemicals are in here in which percentages, and that'll tell us how much nickel, copper, platinum, palladium, gold, sulfur, magnesium, anything else that we're interested in. So that's how we do it. We look for rust colored, break it open to see if it's sulfide, and then bag it, tag it, and ship it away. Doug, here's a sample with magnesium olivine in it, and we're going to put the XRF on it. There's an example right there. So I'm speaking to the video now. The first shot of the XRF, which I've already recorded, was focused on both the intrusion and the sulfide. So it was reading both. Now we're reading only the sulfide. So we expect to get different mathematical results.
Higher, definitely higher magnesium. We're at 6.5 now.
Okay. Get a focus in here. Guess I have to zoom back. Am I getting that at 12%?
No, 6.
Oh, 6.48 at the top. Okay, thank you. All right. The dam that we're flying over now is a hydroelectric station called Menahek, and it's owned by the Newfoundland and Labrador government. It has one customer, which is Quebec. It serves electricity to the town of Shefferville, which is just over the border, 16 kilometers north up the rail line. As you can see, the rail from Sept-Îles to Shefferville goes right over the top of the dam. And what's really interesting about this dam is it's not connected to either the Newfoundland provincial grid or the Quebec provincial grid. And for our purposes, it's interesting to note that it's probably 65 kilometers as the crow flies from the dam to our exploration site. And the reason this matters is because if we get to the point where we are successful in finding enough mineralization, and we get through all the steps towards mine building, one of the key important things about the economics of any mine is the cost of power. So this dam was built with 4 turbine slots, and they're not full. There's an opportunity to add turbines and create electricity, and either ship the electricity with transmission to our site sometime in the future, or if electric trucks have come along far enough, we could move materials somewhere closer to the dam and process it there. So these are questions for the future, but we're flying over it anyway. on the mobilization flight of the helicopter, and that gave us a chance to take the video, and I wanted to share it with everyone. Hi everybody, it's Brian. We're just doing a radio check here. Pierre's got the radio out because we just stopped for lunch, so we've been, dining room table is a big rock, sitting on a big rock, and we're gonna get right back at it for another 4 hours, and then we'll get picked up. I will flip the camera around so everyone can see how remote we are. Hello everybody, hope you can hear me. It's Brian from Capitalight. I'm out here in the field. We are tracing that sill which has our mineralized material in it. I'm out here with Pierre-Luc Lalonde, he's holding the camera. And what I've got on my chest is the control module, and I'll show it to you in a second, for something called a beep mat. And that's the mat right there. On my back, I've got the day's food, survival gear, and rock collection of what we've picked up so far. We've been out, helicopter dropped us off about 4 hours ago. It'll pick us up 4 hours from now. I'm gonna drag the beat map over this shovel so you can hear the sound the mat makes, and then I'll explain why we use it. Okay, don't know if you heard that, but the rock we're looking for is a conductor. So as you can see with the maybe 2 or 3 inches of moss and low ferns we've got here, we can't always see the rock beneath our feet. So Doug's idea, and it's a good one, is we got 2 of these beep mats. And so it throws a signal down about 10 feet. And if it finds a conductor, some of that signal is absorbed and doesn't make it back up as a reflection, which then triggers the machine to beep, and it has a counter as well. A couple hours ago, we went over a rock that counted about 1,700. Right now it's beeping at just 227, probably because of my steel-toed boot. We'll try and include this video in the update that we're gonna send out very soon, and I hope everybody's having a good day. Bye for now. Okay, so we've reached the end of 8 hours of traversing what we think is traversing the sill line. So that's the middle sill. I think you'll see that as pink on most of the maps. Traverse means you go across it and then parallel a little bit to go up along it, and then come back across, and then again. So you're repeating, you're traversing, you're crossing the line of interest as many times as you can in a day, and you're taking notes and samples and material along the way as you go. So today is Monday, I think. Days all run together up here at camp. And I'm pleased we've been able to make these recordings and collate them. And I want to thank everyone on the team who helped put them together and get us in front of shareholders and prospective shareholders to see what we're doing in our exploration. It's a huge area. There's a lot of great opportunity here. Doug will be coming up to camp in a couple more days. We think the camp will probably run late into September. And I want to thank everyone for watching this live and giving questions and listening to my answers. I want to thank everyone who hears this on a replay later on. And Maxim, if you can, please open this for questions. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.